here to there, here and there. First, let's. Sorry.
All right,
First,
I'm gonna pause.
No, I got this. Please. I'm Rick Vetiver, and these are my tips on how to wear fragrances if you're a smoker. First, let's talk technique. So I'll typically grab the shirt and the fragrance that I'm gonna be pairing that day, and I'll give the shirt 2 sprays, 1 on each shoulder and a 3rd spray on the back. And then I'll put that to hang, that way it's nowhere near the vicinity. We live down here in California, so our laws are a little bit different, and for us, let's say recreational vetiver is legal. So if you're a smoker, I have 3 recommendations of fragrance for whether you smoke cigarettes, for whether you smoke a cigar, or whether you smoke recreational vetiver. So my pick, if you're a cigarette smoker, gross, is gonna be the Acqua di Gio Profumo. I have the special blend. Profumo works just as great. Typically, if I have a rough day at work and I go outside for a cigarette, I don't wanna walk back in there smelling like an ashtray, and nobody wants to smell me smelling like an ashtray. So this guy works perfect because I feel like it actually complements the smokiness that's already in this bottle. I don't feel like I don't feel like it's a cigarette smell being covered up by a perfume. So the incense in here gives it its own scent and smell, but the cigarette smoke almost adds a little smokiness to it that really does complement the Acqua di Gio. So again, for my cigarette smokers, this is gonna be my pick, the Acqua di Gio Profumo. This guy smells excellent, and it doesn't rob you of not being able to have a scent. A lot of times when you smoke a cigarette, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, it's just gonna overwhelm the person with that ashtray smell. So this is definitely the to-go-to if you smoke cigarettes. So my recommendation for all you high-class gentlemen that smoke cigars is gonna be the Tom Ford Oud Wood. Now everybody knows how amazing and high class these fragrances smell, but the Oud Wood specifically is one of my all-time favorites. The way they blend the vanilla and the tonka bean and all the woods in there is so amazing. It makes me feel like I'm out there at high-class dinners, ordering high-class steaks, smoking high-class cigars. So I almost wonder why they didn't add that tobacco note to this, because I already feel like I'm in a smoker lounge with the boys drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. Definitely blends perfectly with the tobacco note, so it doesn't feel like, once again, like it's an ashtray smell. It really does liven up the Oud Wood and makes it from a more unisex vibe to a masculine and bold fragrance. So if you smoke cigars and you're out there having a dinner, Oud Wood's the one for you. So my final recommendation for all you vetiver smoking peeps out there is gonna be Bleu de Chanel. Now, normally there is this skunky, very heavy, almost like call it a rotten orange smell that lingers around in the air, and it's kind of a turnoff to most people. Normally, if you would add some sort of fragrance to cover that up, it would just smell like vetiver being covered up with a fragrance, not with Bleu de Chanel. So when that overpowering smell of the vetiver is lingering and mixes in with the fruity notes of the Bleu de Chanel, it creates a smell that I can only describe as a cocktail of fruits and masculinity. So it is honestly the one and only that I would use if I decide to go to a vetiver party. I'm gonna put this bad boy on, I'm gonna smell good and fresh, I'm gonna smell nice and fruity, and I'm definitely not gonna offend anyone with any skunky or sour, rotten, orangey types of smells. Once again, I'm Rick Vetiver, and thank you guys so much for checking out another day of my fragrance journey. I'm just so grateful to have found this passion and hobby that I feel the need to share it with everyone. I feel like it incorporates in every aspect of my life, whether it's how I dress, how I feel, even the fact that I look at it as art. I can't wait to bring you guys more content, and thank you guys so much again for joining me.